Hey everybody, it's the Southside guy for the Codex Station. On the spot, I am here with my buddy Rob at Comic
What's
Logic.
up, y'all? Comic Logic here in the house.
Yep. They're the only comic book store in Loudoun County.
Actually, you're in Comic Logic's house, I guess.
Comic Logic's house. There we go. Awesome. But we're here because why?
Submission Saturday,
Submission
every
Saturday.
second and fourth Saturday here at the shop from 2 to 4 p.m. You can come talk to guys who will give you advice, help you with recommendations for whether or not you should get books cleaned and pressed, and then whether or not they're worth submitting to CGC if that's something that you're interested in. So every second and fourth Saturday of the month from 2 to 4 p.m.
Awesome. Okay, and then we are here. Kent from the Comic Hubb. You can find him on the Codex Station's Friends of Codex. He does the pressing and cleaning, so we're going to ask him a couple of questions. How you doing, Kent?
I'm doing very well.
Awesome. Why don't you give us a little spiel about what you do?
Well, basically what I do is I evaluate comic books for any customers that come in that want to either press, clean, any kind of restoration kind of purposes. I don't add or color or anything. Basically, I'm taking away from the book more than I'm putting it on. Mm-hmm. Then at that point, we sit down with the customer after we're done, and we kind of sit down and see if the comic's a good candidate to be sent to CGC.
Okay.
And CGC is a grading company that kind of takes your $30 comic book and turns it into a $125 comic book.
Sometimes that does happen.
And that's what we've been doing. We do a submission Saturday here at Comic Logic 2 times a month. Every other Saturday, and it's been really going well. We've done it over a year now.
Nice.
Over a year.
Nice. All right, let me pause this, and we'll get my books out.
Awesome. Look at the corners real good. The light's kind of not real good here, but I want to make sure the corners are really pointy.
Yep.
It's always a good.
You can see that little ding there
It's
on
got
that one.
one little dingy ding right there.
Indeed. So he's checking out my copy of Iron Man number 150. This is the classic Dr. Doom Iron Man cover.
Just one little
spine break right there.
One teeny one right there.
Okay, that's all right.
So far.
That's okay.
But still, the color is really good, and that's one thing when you're getting to these age of books. It's the color. You really want this pop.
It's absolutely.
Oh, very nice. It's another thing that really helps too is a white back cover.
Yep.
And then you're always looking for stains. Got a little one.
Oh, yep.
Little teeny one right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Which will come out.
Okay. Very good. That looks like a bender or something like that, or a
No,
crease.
looks like maybe Looks like maybe just a little dark mark. I could probably get that out with a polymer eraser.
All right.
And then you get always down the binder. You've always got a little bit of dirt.
Yep.
That comes off really easily too. You can use polymer eraser, the white ones, or sometimes what really helps, don't really push down real hard, but the Mr. Clean white pads.
Oh yeah.
Are really good at getting dirt off the back of a
Very
book.
good. Don't try this at home, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. lots of reader books.
Yep.
Lots of reader books. Great color too.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any finger bends in it either. That's the other thing that's really
Awesome.
will show up. Good candidate. Very good candidate.
So my original guess was like 9496. Are we looking at that? You think that's a good guess?
Yes.
I'm actually pretty good with my. If you ever check out my show or my slab show, I actually do an estimation on my raw books before I send them in.
You know,
and I've been very good.
And I try to do that as much as I can. I'm a little conservative a lot of times.
Yep,
but
that's the way I
it
go sometimes
usually
too. Yep.
Comes back either over or right at it. So
Yes.
it's always pretty nice.
Yep.
And you know, I tell you, if you guys ever want to, the one great book, if anyone ever wants to kind of understand the grading process with CGC and stuff,
Right.
their book that they put out,
Oh, okay. I have not read this book yet, so.
they put that book out.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, it is a great reference guide
Nice.
for anything that you want to be done with a comic book.
Awesome.
And there's one great page in here that I always try to show
Okay.
everybody, because a lot of times people have a misconception of what can be done on a comic book.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of lovely things that you can do, but then,
Yep.
and coming close.
Actually, I'm thinking I got to buy this book now. It looks like it's got a lot of good info in
It
it.
does, and it's really great. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Chapter 26.
Chapter 26, and it shows the good defects and the bad defects.
Ah, okay. Let's get a little close in on that. So under bad defects, we have, if you can see that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll move over here. Color breaking, creases, of course. Missing pieces, of course. Tears, stains, staple detachment, of course. Fading, fingerprints, shadows, rust stains, pen or marker writings, cover tanning, and brittle pages. Now for the good defects that do not break color, we have dents, bends, folds, light creases, minor spine stress, warping, ripples, spine roll, waviness, which I think I've got in this book here, stacking bends, cover impressions, light pencil marks, dirt, and substance. Very good. All right.
So it's really a good reference guide. So I kind of let my customers know that because we like what we're doing. We do a pretty good job with it. But
this is a book I picked up off the rack. It's been in my storage forever, but you know it needs some love. It does, and I don't know how much love it needs. Or even if it's worth doing the love, but it's a great cover.
Well, I really, isn't there a classic X-Men that's got a great Arthur Adams cover? I don't remember.
There is, and I can't think of it off the top of my head.
And his
I would have to look it up.
His stuff is rocking right now for some reason. It's really doing well. All right.
This is probably not a great one. I would imagine this is like a 7.0 book because of the what's wrong with it.
You know, the cup, not as pointy.
Yep.
Still, the pages colors are still good. It's not really that bad. And you know, and a lot of this can be brightened up a lot too.
Right.
And so that's why when you get into this white, you look at how off color it is.
Right.
And sometimes I'll use just a little bit of distilled water on a cotton swab or a pad and just wipe the book, but then wipe off the excess real quick too as it's starting to dry.
Nice.
Because it'll leave marks, like watermarks, on the book.
Okay.
So, but it really helps with cleaning up the white on the book.
I probably read this book about 1,000 times before I knew how to take care of them.
Well, you know, the back's not bad at all. You got the front's just still got a couple little dings
Show
on
me what's
there.
up with it. It looks like it's almost faded through right there. Is that right?
Well, you know, a lot of the older covers do that.
Okay. Does that hurt anything?
No.
Okay,
No,
very good.
It does not. And, you know, sometimes you'll get some bleeding from the other side.
Right.
And it's just the old comic books.
That's how it is. So my estimation was 7.5 as a conservative. You know, if it's 8.5 or above, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah, I'd probably go in between some at 7.5 and an 8.5 just because of the color of the book still. The pages are still in great shape too. And really, you don't have hardly any dings.
Okay, well, maybe I did take care of it when I was younger.
And that's what I usually look at because, you know, usually a lot of times you'll get the little bend right here, put it back in the box, things like that. There's not one. There wasn't one on the back either.
Okay.
Not
Very
bad.
good. All right.
And I'm just looking for waviness.
Waviness or creases?
Yeah.
Maybe it was the bag that I'm seeing. I didn't really inspect the outside the bag.
I mean, there's a couple little small fingerprints. I mean, it's really hard to see in this light, but they're right along this side right here. And those will come out. They're just finger bends from holding the book.
Yep.
That's all it is.
All right. So I think that was the worst one of the lot that I had to show you today.
It's not bad.
Okay. Don't worry about the tape. I'll use painter's tape when I get back home. So
that's fine. I always take it off because I don't want it to get.
I can't tell you how many times I've hit a book with that tape. That's why I'm switching over to that painter's tape you saw on the Iron Man book.
I know. It's one book that I
see that backing board things. I got a new backing board for that because that is yellowy and gross. Ugh.
You know, and that's the biggest thing is changing your bags out.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of times I get a lot of stuff that, you know, hasn't been in a good bag in a long time.
Right.
And you can see the dust and the dirt on the book. So.
All right, last one up is the Classic X-Men #1.
Well, there it is. There's the Arthur Adams.
Oh yeah, that is Arthur. Yep, that's true. But didn't he do more than just the one? He did more of them, didn't he?
He's done a ton of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I just picked up a really nice set of the Long Shot series.
Oh, very good, very good.
So
actually, I forgot that he did the #1. That's why I was thinking of I was thinking of issue 40s or something like that. But
I think this book is really popping right now too.
Yeah.
So.
So how many times you see like the same book come by you? Like you always get like a Gambit number 20, 266
I see
or whatever.
a lot of Gambits.
Yeah.
I see a lot of Wolverines number 1.
Yep.
You know, there's quite a few that I see quite a few times, and then Wolverine number 1's always my biggest issue.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, you got one? Can I have yours, bro? I like 5, man.
Come on, Rob. We're discussing business here.
Hey, you have a great Western weekend.
Are you out?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. With those, look, if it doesn't. Yes.
Ladies
Well,
and gentlemen,
we'll go through
one
them.
more shout out for Rob. Thank you.
Guys so much. Thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you here at Comic Logic over the holidays and well into the future.
Thanks, buddy. You have a good day. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We had a little intermission there.
See, and this is another one that's a good candidate with all the white that it's a lot of fun to clean up, too. So I can get a lot of that. All I saw just little finger bends over here that weren't too bad. Do have a couple little ones. This one.
Right? Do you see a spine break? You see a spine break right there?
Right there.
Yep, right there.
Right there.
And I think right below the box, right below the dollar box.
Teeny.
Yep.
They're very small, though.
Right.
You know,
But they'll still
and the
be
good
caught.
thing about it, anytime that you see color breaks like that, but yet the dent kind of goes into the book further, just know I can fix all of the dents. They'll disappear, and sometimes what it does, it's really nice, is once they close up, those little breaks kind of close up
on
a
its
little
own.
bit too. Yeah.
Well, I'm willing to roll the dice on 2 of these books today.
Oh, great back cover.
Yeah.
Great back.
Is that folded over? A little bent there?
That little bend. I just want to make sure I get that back in the book.
Awesome.
Close it up.
There's a little hack for you guys. You just use the Post-it note just to fix that corner. Well,
That and a pocket knife's real good. Or X-Acto blade.
Yep.
You know, so you can get under it. Yeah. And so and those little things, see?
Yeah.
We've got our lovely little color break from those.
Right.
And sometimes those, if depending on how brittle they are, you gotta be very careful. You can lose those pieces.
Right.
And so that's one thing I really try to get back together before I even do anything.
Okay.
And then, you know, you've
I
got
see
your couple through there. They're not bad. They're not bad.
See, originally I thought this would be like a 8.5 to 9.0 book, but now I'm thinking, I don't know, 8 to 8.5 maybe.
You know, one good, and here's one thing that I really like doing for my customers too. And then the next thing would be, let's jump on here and just kind of see, you know, as we're saying grades, what do we think our fair market value of the book's going to be?
Sure,
too?
let's do it. Let's check it out.
Yeah, Arthur Adams. Have you seen his new book that just came out? That was done by Kickstarter.
No, I have not seen that yet.
Mine just came in the mail. And
Nice.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
It's a company called Flesk that's selling it.
okay. I'll check it out.
It's very nice.
So where are you heading for checkout prices?
I usually go to Go Collect.
Okay.
And I have the service, and I pay for it because I can go on there. If it's free, but they don't give you all of the grades. They only give you part of them.
Right.
And so I want to know what the 9.8s, 9.9s, and 10s are going to be at that, you know, at that grade.
I actually use Cover Price, and I subscribe to them.
Okay.
So
they do a pretty good fair market value on there
they've been
too.
doing pretty good on that.
You know, it's funny what a press will do to a book, and also taking first before you even start with this is taking a dirt eraser and just getting all the excess off of it, because the book shines up really quick, and it's quite amazing. I mean,
Sometimes 90% of that is presentation.
Yeah, you know, and then you get the books that, you know, you're kind of scared to touch.
Yeah.
So as we start looking at this book and its universal grades,
Right.
at a 9.8, you got 71 of them out there that have been graded, but 42 sales of that book.
Right.
$270 for fair market value.
Right.
So we're still going down in here, and we start hitting the 55. I'm thinking, you know what, you might, if it's a holy grail for you and you want the book, it's personal collection.
Yes.
We do it.
Right.
Anyone that's really looking at trying to save some money, I usually tell them we stop at 9.2.
Right.
You know.
Yep, I agree with that.
And go that way. So,
I have not sold too many slams myself. I've only sold a couple, but I usually, you know, I use eBay and I use Cover Price to, you know, get a fair estimation for it, and then I've sold it.
Right.
But I mean, for these particular books, these are mine. These are my collection ones. So,
and they're very nice books. So, and that's why I kind of look at, because it's kind of fun, because then they kind of give you. There's the signatures. There's 203 signatures. There's one restored. You've got 3 qualified, which is the purple label we were talking about. So
the dreaded purple.
I got a couple of them. But and it's just really a nice site for that kind of stuff, And then if we start getting into the books, that really just kind of go, hey,
hold off, because it's the cost of press or grading it is not worth
and
it.
even if the book's still in decent shape, you still can sell it raw. You can still get a pretty penny for this book raw, so especially if it's in decent shape. And usually those books, when you're getting down in here, are still in really good shape.
Right. True. Very true.
So
can we look up number 30?
Yeah, we sure can. Let me get this.
Oh yeah, get that sucker back in the bag. Let's look up number 30 just to see. And you know what? We'll look up Iron Man here just to see.
I want to too. So you sitting on about 50, 60,000 comics, like Gary?
No. I'm about 13 or 14,000.
I'm sitting on about 7, and I'm getting ready to purge more. I'm living in a 1,500 square foot condo.
Yeah.
It's like,
I've got a nice secure facility that I have them stored in. So,
very nice.
It's temperature controlled too and everything.
So
all right,
so we got. So here we go on the 9/8. You're looking at 190.
Okay.
And we're still looking pretty good down to the 9/4.
Yeah, anything after that, I think it wouldn't be worth
Right.
it. So as much as that cover is really cool, I probably would not get it if it's going to hit below 9.2.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But this one is classic for me. I think I'll do that one anyhow.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's look at this.
Let's look at this one. Yeah, let's go Iron Man. Yeah, that's definitely the bag. Because when I look at this,
Yeah,
it was
it's the bag, and it's time when it starts to do that.
Yeah.
It's and I've been using a company called Comic Pro,
Okay.
and this is their current bag and boards.
Wow.
And feel those. And the 28 point.
Ooh. Yeah.
28 point right now, they're doing a sale 50% off, and it's for $100 free shipping.
Oh, nice.
So it's pretty decent, and I've been using them for a long time. The silver bags are great, and then they do the slip cases, everything else too.
Nice.
But they're doing a sale right now, 50% off free shipping.
Okay. What was the name of it again? Call again?
Comic Pro line.
Comic Pro line. Okay. We'll check that out. Sounds like we got a little construction going on next door, huh?
Yeah, there's always construction in this little shopping area here. Oh, it's a newsstand too.
It's a newsstand edition.
Okay. So here we get into that book.
All right.
9/8. 130.
Okay, 9/6 is 130. Yeah.
And there's not. Look, you see how many are out there?
Yeah.
Not many.
Not many at all.
Not many.
There's none for 9/8.
None.
I don't think that's going to score 9/8, but
No, but I mean, it could be up. I mean, it's a pretty book, and when you look at that color on it and all the corners, it's really close.
So once again, down to 9.2. 9.2 is where it really starts to drop. So anything below 9.2, I don't think I would do for this book.
Right.
But I mean, just because it's a classic cover for me, I wasn't planning on selling it, so that's one that's going to sit on my wall forever.
and I do that all the time.
All right.
So there, very nice.
So if you had to, I'm going to choose 2 of them today.
Okay.
Which ones do you think we would go with? These 2?
I'd probably go with these 2.
Yep.
Right now.
Yep.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Yep. Because for one thing, Arthur Adams is really rocking right now.
Yep.
And I just love his art. Plus, this is a really early one.
Yes.
Of his. Plus this classic cover.
Yep.
With Doom. And
absolutely.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
All right, then let's go ahead and submit these 2 then.
Okay.
All right, folks, there it is. I'm putting in these 2 books, getting them kind of pressed and cleaned, and then sent off to CGC. What's your turnaround time, do you expect?
Turnaround time right now on the books, these books will be finished, I take maybe 3-4 days.
Okay.
Because I like to do a good 24-hour cold press after I do the heat press on the book.
Yep.
And then after I do that, they go to CGC. Moderns right now are moving at a pace about 20 days.
Yep, I'm familiar with that.
And the vintage are about 30. All right, now if you have a magazine, they're about 15 to 20, about the same.
Okay. Very good.
So we should be seeing these books by the end of December, maybe, or before.
Yeah, nice little Christmas present for me.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping.
All right, very good. All right, well, thank you, Kent. I really appreciate
thanks,
this.
Al.
All right, why don't you give one more shout out, Comic Hubb? Why don't you go ahead and talk about it one more time for your pressing?
Yep, and then I do all the comic book pressing and cleaning, and then I do CGC submissions. I do have a Facebook following called the Comic Hub on Facebook, and it's Hub, H-U-B-B.
Okay.
It's basically a little play on my name. I took the S off.
There you go. There you go. And you can also find him here in Comic Logic two times a month?
2 times a month, every other Saturday of the month.
All right. Very good. All right. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, Sal.
All right. All right, folks. It's Sal once again. I'm signing off. Take care. This has been the Codex Station on the spot at Comic Logic. Hope you guys have a 9.8 day.